What's going on YouTube? I wanted to make a quick video today going over some of my thoughts on GameStop, AMC, PLTR, of course, all my fan favorite meme stocks. I also want to let you in on a little secret I was kind of looking at today. Hopefully, you know, if history repeats itself, then it's what we have to look forward to going into this week. So just based off the technicals here with GameStop, looks like it created a pretty nice little trend line just going directly up here. And looks like we actually broke through it today, continuing to move flat possibly. I know we have earnings coming up, so there's a lot of lack of momentum in the market today, so this doesn't really stress me out too much. I'm hoping, you know, earnings might come in, you know, somewhere good, just get a little bit of hype going, and we'll continue to drive this forward. Everybody holding, no paper hands, then of course it should continue to push upwards with the squeeze. Yeah, like I said, today the overall volume in the market was completely down today, mostly across everywhere. After yesterday or after Friday, we had the Quadruple Witching day, which is the highest volume day of the year. And that's kind of what I want to mainly go over with you, is just based on the past, if history repeats itself. I went ahead and drew on the map here on the charts. Let me see, get out of this thing. Then drew the past Quadruple Witching days. So as you know, the third Friday of every March, June, September, and December is the Quadruple Witching days. And if we zoom all the way out here, let me get all the way over here. Let's go all the way back to the March. Let's see, where are we at? Went too far out here. The 1 hour charts. So the first one right here, March 20th, and that's 2020. If you look what happened here for the next about 2 weeks. No, this is the 1 hour chart. So let's look at the days. Yeah, the days makes a little more sense. That's what I wanted to show you guys. So let's zoom all the way back in here on the days. So the last Quadruple Witching day was March 20th, 2020. The next day was another sell-off. You know, a lot less volume. Quadruple Witching always has the highest volume. The next day was a small sell-off, and then what happened after that? Stock returned almost to its initial greatness. Now we look over June 19th, another Quadruple Witching day, same thing, down day. Next kind of days are a little stagnant, following days a little bit down, and then what happens? Goes up again. Now we go over here to September, same thing. Next couple of days, sells off a little bit, bounces around, and then what happens? Rips back up again. And then the last one, December 18th, which didn't make the news, nobody was really worried about it, anything like that. Same thing, a little bit of a sell-off, a little bounce around. The next day was extreme high movement there, but anyways, the end result was the same. The stock continued to go up. So based on all this information and where we're at right now, we are in a pretty strong trend overall in the market, in an upward channel here on SPY. So as long as it continues moving upwards in this channel, I have no fears. Once it breaks out and starts coming back down, then I'll start worrying about it. But as of right now, I'm investing into all of these stocks pretty much the same as I would as any of these other Quadruple Witching days. Like I said, if history repeats itself, then we should be rocking and rolling here in the next couple of days. Now with Palantir, I got all these lines drawn on here. I'm working on something with the Fridays. I'm trying to piece together some price action that I've noticed on Fridays. But if we zoom out here again, I usually like to use the 5-minute charts, whatever I'm swing trading these. As you can see, we had the big drop here, which goes all the way back. Go back to the daily chart here for you. All right, so we had the big drop here just recently, but what I've caught is right here about the 2250. This has been a pretty strong support line for a long time. So generally with that, I'd put that as like my risk zone. So when I'm placing a new trade here, I'm going to put my stop loss right below the 22.52. So right around 22.25 would be my stop loss buying into this. And I'm going to look for my first profit target right at, I was looking here earlier, about 29. I'm going to shoot about 29.35 would probably be my profit target. So buying in here, my profit target 29.35, and my stop loss would be right below the 22.52, so say 22.25, and that's just trying to prevent anything from bouncing off of it here like these guys did. So the only thing that's going to trigger my stop loss is if it actually breaks through, and if it actually breaks through, then I believe there's been a completely change in the stock itself, because right here, anything below this is pretty much a steal on Palantir, I believe. Now my last bud here, AMC. This guy has been rocking and rolling. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of high volume on here. It just wants to keep going. It's not gonna work out here. It's got this strong upwards trend right now, which, just to be fair, I really don't think this strong upward trend here is gonna continue on. But based on your moving averages and everything, this bounce comes directly, I believe, off the, let me see here, I'll just pull them up for you. Bounce directly off of the, let's see, where are you guys? Bounced pretty much directly off here, so I think it's kind of found support here, right where this trend line is, right around the $12 mark, and that's some pretty heavy volume here. When you see that long wick on the red candle, it means some heavy volume pressure buying it back up. And like I said, being the quadruple witching day, I honestly think, you know, based on the last four, we've had a little bit of a sell-off following the days of, just because there's so much extreme volume on that day, that I think it continues to kind of trickle off. And right now we have the worry with the Fed, the Treasury, bonds. There's a lot of worries and concerns out there, so a lot of people are kind of holding off right now, trying to see what the market's going to do, and that's what these next, you know, couple days are for. Now I think once these days are finished and we start seeing these turn back green again, I think you better get in, because based on the last few runs, it has went on for months after the quadruple witching day. So I think this won't be a short-lived play. I think this will be something long. And I wish everybody the best. You know, diamond hands, hold strong. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'll bring more videos like this a couple days a week, and I also am going to start running a few morning watch lists. So I appreciate it, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. I'd be more than happy to answer it for you. I look forward to seeing you again.